all you snaztastic human beings, my name is Musky, and my throat kinda hurts, so I really shouldn't be making this voiceover right now, but I'm gonna do it anyways. So if you can hear the sickness, well, not like sick, but if you can hear the strain in my voice, like I'm not gonna really change pitch very often, because you know, my throat kinda hurts. So yeah, anyways, hi. This is Caesar. Actually, before we start this is probably gonna be part 2 spoilers, because I don't know what else to talk about other than like part 2. So JoJo's Bizarre Adventure part 2 spoiler warning. If you don't want to be spoiled, just mute the video. Anyways, so Caesar. Oh my god, I can hear myself. Whoa, wait, am I being that loud? That's weird. Oh my god. Okay. Anyways, something was weird with the recording, but Caesar is awesome. I love him. I don't know what else to say. I like saw him for the first time and I was like, God, that man is such a Chad. I love him. And oh my god, so I watch JoJo's with my friends because I don't really like action anime. It gets boring after a while, and I need like someone with me so I can make comments during it, or else I'll bore myself. But like overall, I do really like JoJo's. I know I can't like sit down and watch it by myself, so I always have to drag my friends with me. But all my friends had watched it, so they all knew what was coming. I didn't. I mean, I kind of did know. Like, I do have a few spoilers of like several parts just because of like being sent stuff and like accidentally seeing things, but I didn't know exactly how or when it was gonna happen. It happened so quickly. I didn't expect it. I also didn't expect it to be a rock from the sky, but yeah, I was in call, and there's like my friend also took like a screenshot because I had like in a server, like when Caesar first came on screen, I was like, Caesar, I love him, and then like hours later when we get to like the episode, you just see, I'm so sad, and it's like it's just a perfect capture of what happens. But yeah, so all my friends had like knew what was gonna happen, and they were like apparently DMing each other like, she doesn't know. And when it came, I was so distraught. I was just like wailing as they were laughing at me, because I didn't actually like cry. I was internally crying. Tears did not like escape, but I wanted to. Like, I was crying inside because I was so upset. I didn't want it to be that quickly, and he was just gone already. And then the music, oh my god. And then Joseph just yelling, "She's oh my god!" I said I wouldn't like pitch shift in this, but I am. But oh my god, I love Caesar. And what better way to express my love for a character than to draw them? And speaking of that, I still need to draw Ibuki Miyota from Danganronpa because I love her and I have not drawn her ever. So I really need to draw her. I think it's finally time. At first I didn't want to because I didn't think my art would do her justice, but you know, maybe I can finally draw her. But on to the actual art piece itself. I actually really like it. Yeah, I mean, the face, like, his eyes kind of look wonky. And his hand's kind of weird. I had to use my reference for a hand, and my hand is very tiny. So it was really hard trying to figure out how to make that, like, an Italian man's hand. Also, with, like, the general pose, I didn't know exactly, like, how I looked at a few like muscle references, but I've never really drawn muscles before, or like men. Like, this is the most manliest man I've ever drawn. All my guy characters never look like men because I don't draw them correctly, which now that I've drawn this, I hopefully can draw them a little bit more correctly, because I finally drew a thick neck. Like, none of my drawings have thick necks, and now that I've drawn this, I'm looking back at my old art and I'm like, why are their necks so tiny? Why are they like that? That was the problem this whole time. But yeah, the reason that like the whole like the arms kind of look weird because I don't have a buff Italian man at my disposal to use as a reference. I had to use myself because I looked through like Pinterest and stuff for references. I couldn't find one doing this, so I had to go take a picture of myself doing like the pose, and I'm skinny as heck. Like I look nothing like a buff Italian man, so that was really hard trying to figure out how to turn me into him. But I think I pulled it off pretty well. I mean, there's flaws, and I'm really excited to see like this in the future when I hopefully know how to draw like muscles better and I can like laugh at this. But right now, I'm really proud of it. I really do like it. I love the pose idea. At first, he was gonna actually be holding like a bubble maker, like those little sticks, the bubble wands, instead of like using his hands. But I couldn't figure out how to properly hold the bubble wand, so I kind of cheated and I just made him use his hand. But I do think the hand looks cooler, and I'm happy I did that. Because it's also because he uses like bubble hands. I forgot that he could do that when I was drawing this. Like I knew he did bubbles, but then I was like, oh wait, he can use his hands. Let me just draw his hands. Actually, yeah, I did sketch this digitally. I don't normally sketch digitally. I always sketch traditionally just because it's easier for me. I don't know why. Then I resketch it. But I actually did sketch this digitally. I have no idea how I pulled it off. It turned out really good, and I didn't record any of it, which I'm upset. But to be fair, it would have been a hassle to record because I kept like pausing to go to my art server and ask like, does this look okay? I don't know if this looks okay. And that's what I do with a lot of my sketching process, is I want to like ask everyone, because sometimes when you're looking at your own art, you're like, oh my god, you're just so used to it that you don't really recognize some of the like little tiny details. So I had to go and like ask, and like I did get some good advice. Like the arm looked even worse than it did, and it looked a lot better now that I made his what is it called, the first half of the arm where your biceps are, that part of your arm. I made it wider, and now it looks more natural. But yeah, I should start sketching digitally more, because sketching digitally makes me able to do stuff like this, because I can easily erase, versus traditionally I'll get like a skeleton and then I have to go transfer it digitally and it's not the same effect. So hopefully I can draw digitally more, because I like it more, but I do still like drawing traditionally. It's fun. Plus I can draw in class and then be like, oh, we can digitalize this later. I guess like the biggest problem with drawing digitally is like, I could probably do it when I get the flow. It's just that most of the time I don't immediately get that flow, and then I make something look weird, like the head, and then I don't know what to do after that. But this is like a front-facing picture, so it was pretty easy to sketch because it's just front-facing. But I can't really digitally sketch like angles yet, so I can sketch angles, like I can draw 3/4 views and all that. It's just digitally I don't do very well with it, but we'll work on that. Overall, again, I really like the piece. I love the pose. I love the bubbles, and I should have used a reference. The most reference I used was that one reference image of the girl with the bubble maker, with the bubbles like the wand, and my kindergarten knowledge of how to draw bubbles, which was years ago. But I think they turned out pretty well for not using too much of a reference. In the future, definitely we'll try to make that look better. But I really like them. I think they're cool, and I was really nervous about the bubbles, but they turned out really great, and I'm happy. What else? Okay, yeah. So his color palette. You can see me. Like, I don't know if you can actually see me at this point, because I do the voiceovers before I actually like really properly edit this, but. Because if I didn't, then I would talk over it, and then I'd like, ugh. Anyways, his original color palette is kind of bland by itself, and it works in the show. It works in like a natural atmosphere, because it's like a more natural atmosphere, or color palette. So you can put it in front of a background and it'll look good, and then you can put it with lighting and it'll look good. But if you're putting it like just by itself, it looks washed out, especially for my art style, because I use like warm colors to shade. Because I just really like colors, and I want to experiment with cold colors too, because I do really like cold colors. But I mean, cold shading mostly, because I always use warm shading. But yeah, so I knew I was gonna have to like change the colors of it because I wanted it to look good as a piece by itself, and I was nervous about that because also one, he's blonde, and it's really like blonde's that weird color that's really hard to like properly get versus if I did like pink hair or black hair or any other natural hair, it would have been a little easier because it's just like already that color. But then blonde's like you go dark and then it's suddenly brown, but then you go light, could be orange, like it's a mess. But yeah, I think I did pretty well. I did kind of use like the I don't know if you can actually see it pop up. I never really paid attention, but I used the hue slider to pick most of my colors. Like I would use his original color palette, and then I would shift the hues and like saturation, lightness, all of that to get like a color I want. And that's how I normally like alter my colors, just because I like seeing it like happen in front of my eyes rather than like using the color wheel to pick something. Because it just like it works better for me when I use the actual hue slider. And I did that like on everything, and I think it turned out really well. I'm really happy with how it looks because overall I think it's a good piece. I haven't actually tested it in black and white. I don't know if it will look good in monochrome, but I do like it in color. What else? I do think that he does look attractive, and that's one thing I kind of struggle with is my art isn't really like attractive. It can look cute sometimes, but if you tell me to draw a hot Italian man from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, I'm gonna be like, I'm not gonna do him justice because I don't know how to properly capture his beauty. And yeah, again, like I mentioned, the eyes are kind of wonky, but overall, I think he's pretty cool. And I've gotten 2 DMs from my friends who said he looked hot, and I think that that's a win. If I can get someone else to think, someone who doesn't even know JoJo's Bizarre Adventure to think that he looks attractive, then I've done good. And I'm happy with that, because I would like to draw like that more, instead of just cute. Because cute is cute, but like, I want to do more than cute. So yeah, I'm happy with it. I'm glad it looks attractive. But yeah, overall, I am super happy with this drawing. I got so much. I posted this like at night. It was like 3 a.m. I posted this at 3 a.m. because I was up watching Total Drama with my friends. You know, I've already seen Total Drama. I'm just rewatching it with my friends for no reason. But I posted this at 3 a.m. and I got like so much instant gratification, and God, I love instant gratification. It's so like, I'm also just really used to like, because I went on a hiatus for so long, so it's gonna take a while until I can finally get back on track and get people to start like commenting more often, because it usually takes a while before I get traction. But that like JoJo's piece, that Caesar piece I posted on Instagram, I got so much instant gratification, and it made my 3 a.m. heart so happy. And I probably will be drawing more JoJo fan art to get that gratification, because I thrive on it. And I say that I will draw more JoJo fan art, but I also don't really know who. But we'll see. We've got more parts to come. Maybe I will. Who knows? I might find another person to fawn over, because right now it's Caesar, and I love him. I always love characters that I don't really think I would love in real life. I mean, I might love Caesar in real life, but I wouldn't ever be, like, romantically interested in Caesar in real. But I, like, simp over him, like, because he's anime. Same thing with, like, Cordy from Total Drama. I would hate her in real life, but I love her on Total Drama. I don't know. But, yeah. Caesar, pretty cool, pretty epic, pretty quirky. He's great. I love him. I love him so much, and I'm really upset about his death. I mean, yeah, it was meant to move the plot forward, I understand, but it happened so suddenly, and I'm so sad. I really didn't expect it to be that sudden. And yeah, I can't wait for more tragedy to come from part 3, which I've only done 1 episode of, so yeah. Part 3 is gonna take forever, but yeah. This is like 14 minutes. Wow, I can ramble a lot on Sore Throat. I hope you guys enjoyed. You know, leave a comment. What else? I don't know, like it if you want, subscribe, please leave comments. That's not really, I like comments. Comments give me the instant gratification I need. Yeah, that's about it. Yeah, I was trying to think, like, is there anything else I should say? But no, I hope you guys have a great day, or night, wherever you may be. Goodbye.